Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're diving into CommunityForce, a platform that's built from the ground up to be a complete, all-in-one solution for anyone managing awards, grants, or scholarships. So let's jump right in. All right, let's just start with a question that probably hits home for a lot of you. Right now, are you and your team trying to manage everything by juggling, say, 4, 5, maybe even 6 different software tools? You've got one for applications, another one for your contacts, a totally separate one for support tickets. You get the idea. And the result of that constant juggling act, well, it's almost always the same. You end up with your data trapped in these little islands, these silos. That means tons of manual work, exporting and importing spreadsheets. It's a constant headache trying to get these tools to talk to each other. And of course, the costs just keep climbing. So in this explainer, we're going to break down how a single, unified platform can solve all this. We'll start by looking at the multi-vendor problem. Then we'll walk through the core modules of the awards lifecycle. After that, we'll look at the wider ecosystem beyond just awards, highlight the all-in-one advantage, and wrap up with why having a single source of truth is just so incredibly important for your mission. Okay, let's dig into that first point, the multi-vendor problem. Because, it's not just about it being a little inconvenient. We're talking about very real, often hidden costs, both financial and operational, that come from using all this disconnected software. And when you actually look at the numbers, it's pretty shocking how fast it all adds up. You have your main awards platform, sure. But then you layer on a CRM like HubSpot, that can be almost 10 grand a year right there. Tack on a support tool like Zendesk, a marketing tool like MailChimp, and all of a sudden you're looking at a bill for $40,000 to $60,000 every single year. The CommunityForce way brings all of that into one platform, which could save you tens of thousands of dollars. So how does it solve this problem? Well, it starts with a core platform designed to manage the entire awards journey, all in one place. From the very beginning, when a program is just an idea, all the way to the final report on its impact. Let's see how that's put together. The whole thing is really structured around 5 core modules that cover that complete life cycle. It kicks off with pre-award, then moves into the award phase itself, then comes post-award management, then you have the financial piece, and finally, it's all wrapped up with compliance and reporting. Let's take a quick look at what each one actually does. First up is the pre-award module. Think of this as the foundation. This is where you actually design your programs using a super simple drag-and-drop builder. You can create these smart, dynamic forms that actually change based on how someone answers. And, this is a big one, you can set up automated rules to screen for eligibility, which saves your team just countless hours of work. Next is the award module, and this is all about making the evaluation process way, way smoother. You can set up and manage all your different review committees, build custom scoring rubrics to match your exact criteria, and then, and this is key, automate the entire workflow for decisions and notifications. No more chasing down reviewers or manually sending hundreds of yes or no emails. Now here's where things get really interesting, because this is where a lot of other platforms just stop. CommunityForce has a whole post-award module. This gives you the tools to actually monitor progress, track deliverables against key milestones, and manage the award's entire life cycle, right up to the final closeout. And of course, we've got the financial module. Now this is so much more than just tracking numbers in a spreadsheet. It's about automation. It can integrate directly with your accounting system to process payments. It gives you a real-time look at your budget versus your actual spending, and it even lets you schedule complex, multi-installment payments automatically. And finally, there's the compliance and reporting module. This is all about accountability and peace of mind. It keeps a complete, unchangeable audit trail of every single action taken. It helps you track complex regulations, things like federal grant rules or student privacy regulations like FERPA, and it gives you these amazing real-time dashboards so you can actually measure and show the impact your programs are having. So that covers the entire award lifecycle, which is awesome. But that's only part of the story, isn't it? A truly all-in-one platform has to manage the whole ecosystem that exists around your programs. Which leads us to the really big question. What about managing all the people involved? The applicants, the reviewers, your donors, the alumni. If you're juggling them in a different system, you're right back to that data silo problem we started with. And the solution really is to build all of that functionality right into the same system. And that's what CommunityForce does with 3 more integrated modules: a full-blown CRM for engagement, a support management system for handling questions, and a campaign management tool for all your marketing and promotion. So let's be super clear about what this means you can actually get rid of. With these modules, you are directly replacing expensive subscriptions to tools like HubSpot or Salesforce for your CRM. You're replacing Zendesk for support, MailChimp for marketing. You're even replacing things like Zapier that you were using just to try and glue everything together. Okay, so when you put all of this together, what's the actual payoff? What is the big, tangible advantage of having everything on a single, unified platform? Well, first up, let's talk cold hard cash. We're looking at potential annual savings of up to $40,000 or even more just by getting rid of all those other software bills. That is a huge concrete benefit right there. And it's not just about the money, it's about the beautiful simplicity of the number one. One vendor to deal with, one login for your entire team, and most importantly, one single source of truth for all your data. The efficiency you gain from that simplicity is just immense. And this isn't just theoretical, it has a real-world impact. Take this quote from Harvard University, for example. They said they consolidated 3 separate systems, reduced administrative time by 40%, and improved data quality significantly. I mean, a 40% reduction in admin time, that's a total game changer. All right, let's bring this all home by focusing on that one key idea we just mentioned, having a single source of truth. Because this isn't just some tech buzzword, this is the secret sauce that really powers your mission. So what does that actually mean in plain English? It means one database. That's it. One single place where everything lives. And when you have that, your reporting is always consistent, your analytics are always accurate, and you can have complete and total confidence in the data you're using to make those big, important decisions. And that one simple thing leads to all these incredible benefits. Your data flows seamlessly from the moment someone applies to the moment they become an alum. The administrative burden on your team just plummets. You get complete visibility, which means better, faster decision-making. Operations and training get way simpler, and your compliance is stronger while your risk is lower. It all comes from that one unified source of data. So I want to leave you with this one final thought. Forget about the software for just a minute and think about your mission. What could your organization truly achieve if you had complete, real-time visibility into every single part of your programs and every relationship you manage? What new heights could you reach?